Hello everyone. In The Big Bang Theory, Dr. Sheldon Cooper claims to have an eidetic memory. But what is that? Eidetic memory and photographic memory are often used interchangeably. But there is a difference. With either, you have the ability to describe a memory of some situation in extreme detail. It's comparable to if you were looking at a painting and describing it in real time as it exists in front of you, after having only a very brief exposure to it. Eidetic memory is like being able to remember a time you were hanging out with your friends and being able to remember what kind and color of clothing they were wearing without making specific note of it at the time. By contrast, photographic memory is like being able to very quickly look at a page in the phone book and recite it all from memory with perfect detail. Photographic memory has never been proven to exist. Eidetic memory, however, has been demonstrated to exist in children and never lasts more than a few minutes. So why children and not adults? The theory is that the development of the abstraction necessary for language supersedes this ability. Basically, we have a better system, so we'll devote the resources to that and get rid of the old one. So much of our own memory is based on our perceptions. We train our brains to filter out so-called extraneous details. We also project back onto our own memories with what must have happened based on our understanding of how the world works. When you're a child and someone performs magic, that's exactly what happened. It was magic. But as an adult, looking back on it, you realize, no, it was some trick or sleight of hand. So you alter your memory of the event. The truth changes over time, because our memory of the truth changes over time. Our reliance on the idea that things must make sense and our ability to reason with things alters our own memories. This simple concept can have huge problems. Our justice system depends heavily on witness testimony, and this is a real problem, and that's why it's never a good idea to rely on just one person's testimony. Usually, if there's multiple people and their stories agree, there's a very good chance that the parts that agree, at least, are the truth. But what is truth? Memories fade and change over time, which is precisely why we developed writing. This way we'd have an immutable record of some event. As a logical extension of this, photos and videos provide even more detail. If you were to write down the exact details of every single thing that happened to you in a day, it would be huge. Our brains naturally filter that out because we can't possibly remember every single thing that was happening at the time. We distill things down in memory to the things that are important, and eventually, things that aren't as important, our brain filters out because we don't need them. There is a theory that this is exactly what our brains are doing when we're sleeping. And that's the genesis of a lot of our dreams, is things kind of combining together to try to make sense of it, to make a narrative of it. But the idea that we can instantly form absolutely perfect memories of every single thing that's happening in perfect detail is just not something our brains are capable of. We simply don't have the storage capacity to remember everything with perfect clarity. It's why when you film something and then you rewatch the film, you notice things that you didn't notice at the time. Because now, to your brain, it's relevant. So Sheldon may have an eidetic memory, but neither he nor any human can remember everything that happened in perfect detail years later. That just does not exist. And that's all for this very short video. I hope you all enjoyed that. I'll be back again next week with another video that I hope you'll find interesting. Until then, stay curious.